What is a job that requires little effort, but pays very well? Saying, I am Groot and getting paid 55 million. I forget the title, but basically escort at government facilities that require a security clearance. Pays like 80 to 90k and all you have to do is walk non-cleared people like, say, the janitor, around the building and make sure they don't steal anything. If you can pass a detailed background check, you're in. Apparently being one of my coworkers. There was an article a few years written by a guy whose job it is to literally watch paint dry for a paint manufacturer. Said it was boring but paid roughly 70k. My brother-in-law is a security guard for a mineral mine. Mostly walks around and reads books. He calls himself a paid witness in case a crime occurs. Makes good money for a decently leisurely job. Women of Reddit. What is something you wish other women would stop doing? Peeing on public toilet seats. Put some TP on the seat if you're that worried about germs. Trying to get me to join their MLM. Writing love letters to convicted murderers. That shit makes me cringe from secondary shame. I am embarrassed to be a woman whenever I read an article about some killer who got lots of press BC his crime was unusually awful, who then gets tons of fan mail, from strange women to his prison cell. Photoshopping their photos to the oblivion, thus reinforcing the unrealistic beauty standards. You know skin texture exists, why do you pretend it doesn't? Edit. Typo, photospopping lol. Being mean to other women in the workplace. Even if we dislike someone, no excuse to go out of your way to be rude and nasty to someone. Someone else's shine does not dim yours. Sleeping with Nick Cannon. How did that person in your class become rich? Most people I went to school with who got rich started rich. Started online gambling sites back in the 90s. Dropped out of high school, millionaire by 20, overdosed by 25. Edit. OD changed to overdosed. Remembered the Bitcoin wallet they used to buy drugs with. She started working for a little company called Microsoft in the mid-1980s. She retired at 40. Edit. Wow, thanks for the platinum. I did not expect this to blow up. A girl from my hometown won an island on a Mr. Beast video. It was worth millions. She's in the process of selling it currently. Until that money comes through, she's just living life like normal. I imagine that must be a great place to be in, knowing most of your problems are about to disappear but not yet overly intoxicated by money. What is the biggest lie successfully sold by the media? That this is news, not an advert or propaganda. Fat is bad, sugar is okay. That there must constantly be some sort of division between the citizens. Republican v. Democrat, black v. white, LGBT v. straight, left v. right. So long as there is a division they can keep alive, they will fuel hate within the people. All the while in an attempt to control the narrative into a more destructive direction, being nothing more than a distraction. That distraction being the bigger things going on in the world right in front of them, but the masses ignoring it all due to the division. Bilingual people. What is a thing that non-bilingual will never understand? That the way language is constructed is not straightforward. It's not just a different set of words and rules of grammar, it's kind of a whole different way of processing thoughts into speech. When you want to say something you have the precise expression for, in another language than the one you're just speaking in. Edit. 9k imaginary internet points. Da fuck? When some word only comes to mind in another language, and you just can't remember what that word is in your native tongue. Speaking two languages at the same time, usually because you forget certain words in one language but remember it in the other, or because a word is easier to say. Je n'ai aucune idée what the fuck you're talking about. Real-time translation takes a lot of mental energy. Interpreting is incredibly exhausting. Professional interpreters are required to take frequent breaks.